Hello, everyone. You are very much welcome once again. And this morning, I'd like to talk about a very critical topic in the private security industry, which is customer care. Customer care. And we all know that the security services that we provide it to clients and we provide it to customers. So if you don't understand the importance of your customer, for it to reflect in how you handle them and how you go about your duties, it had its own consequences, which most of the times is not positive. So this morning I would like to talk briefly about customer care, relating it purposely to the private security industry as we engage each other. So I tell people when it comes to customers, okay, and anytime a security man is engaging with customers, anytime the security man on duty comes in contact with any person, um, there is three different stages of engagement. So we have the beginning, we have the middle, and we have the end. And each of these stages have their own purpose that they have to achieve. Okay. So we have the beginning, like I said, we have the middle, and we have the what? The end. Now, the beginning of your engagement with any client, any customer, either being internal customers or external customers, is to serve this. One, to show that you are willing and ready to help. So that is the first stage. Anytime you're on duty, you are rendering your services and you come in contact with any customer, the first stage of your engagement should let the person get the impression that you are ready and willing to help. How do you do that as a security officer? So sometimes you are at a place, you are in charge, and somebody is walking up to you. What you have to do is you first walking, meeting the person, and you greeting the person. Good morning, madam. Good morning, sir. You are welcome. Please, how may I help you? Unlike in our traditional settings, okay, in our homes, the thinking or the way of life is that when you are in your house and somebody is coming, the person is supposed to be the one to greet you, right? But in security, no. When you are on duty and a customer, a client is coming to you, for you to be able to achieve your first stage engagement purpose, you must first greet the customer. Good morning, sir. You are welcome. Please, how may I help you? So in a scenario where you meet two different security people, and one person as you approach, good morning, you are welcome, how may I help you? And another person looks at you, probably sitting down unconcerned. Which of the two will you say is ready to help? Definitely the one that greeted you, because you can see the person is welcoming and the person is at your service. So that is one. Now, the second stage of engagement is to meet the needs, okay? The need of the customer that is coming. And so, for instance, the customer can come to you after you've given him a warm welcome and shown that you are ready and willing to help. The customer might ask you that, okay, please, is the director around? Please, is the accountant around? Please, I have scheduled a meeting with the CEO, please, and that's the reason why I am here. Now, don't forget, the stage of engagement here is to show the clients that you are ready to meet his need. But then you will not be able to do this effectively if you don't know your environment, if you don't understand what is being done within the jurisdiction you are protecting. If you don't know the people and their designations, You don't know the people and the rules that they are holding in the company, in the school. So for instance, if somebody asks you, I want to see Mr. Yeboah, the CEO. You've been in the company, you've been in the school, you've been in that business environment for many years. You don't have an idea who the CEO is. You don't have an idea where the audit office is. You don't have an idea of where the marketing office is. So what that it means is that there is a high likelihood that you are going to misinform, misdirect the person, and that is going to affect the customer service at that point in time. Don't forget, like I said, that middle stage is to meet the need of the customer that is coming in. So what I mostly advise security people is that you must know the in and out of the company, of the school, of the jurisdiction within which you are working, because that is what will give you the confidence. Okay, so that anytime somebody is approaching you, you'll be able to give an accurate information that will meet their needs. So let's, for example, say you don't have an idea of who the CEO is, okay? But then when the client asks you, please, I'm here to see Mr. Boateng, who is the CEO. Offhand, you don't want to let the client feel that you don't know the person, and then you tell the person that, oh, Mr. Boateng, the CEO, he is not yet in. He is not yet in. I think today he might not even come to work or something. The client taking what you have said to be the truth, probably in his attempt to turn away, and then he just sees Mr. Boateng's car, or probably meets him in person, probably coming out of the office. And Mr. Boateng probably, because he's expecting him, oh, hello, hi. How will the person, that client, tend to look at you? He will then see you definitely that you are not on top of your game. So what I advise you, in that second stage of engagement with a client, you will not be able to meet the need of the client if you don't have a total understanding of the environment within which you are working. So as a security officer, you must understand in detail what is happening. Sometimes it might take time. You must know the names of the people within the building. You must know their various designations. You must know the various offices and what they do, because that is what will give you that confidence to be able to serve the client who is coming very well. Now, the next stage, which is the last stage, at the end of it, we say that after you have had that engagement with the client, you should give a good impression of yourself, the company you are working for, the company that have engaged either you directly or the security company. Leaves a good impression of them all. So like I said, 1, yourself, 2, your company, and 3, your contractual employer. Because whatever thing that you do in there, starting from the first stage, which is showing that you are ready and willing to help, showing in the second stage that you know your stuff and you've been able to direct the customer, you've been able to direct the client, and the client is satisfied. Definitely when the client is leaving, which is the end stage, it will give a good impression of you. It will also give a good impression of the company that you are working for. If it is a private security company, it will give a good impression. And again, it will give a good impression of the school, of the business that have engaged your company for you to be deployed there, or even you that have been directly engaged. And so it is the same way when you don't perform, okay, when you are unable to give a good impression from the beginning, you are unable to meet the need of the client at that point in time. Now, what it does is that it leaves a bad image of you, the client, the guard yourself, you, the security person yourself. Okay, it also gives a bad image of the company that you are working for. Okay, and it also gives a bad image of the contractual employer, so which is probably the school, probably the hospital, probably the church, whoever the client or the institution that engaged the services of your company. So it is very, very important. So just as a scenario, the very client that visited your area as a friend, and in communicating with the friends, oh Charlie, the last time I went to, let's say, FDA, or let's even say I went to the Standards Authority, and I met this young gentleman who is a security officer. I think they said, per his name tag, his name is, for instance, Entry. Oh, the guard was so phenomenal. In a conversation, the friend will ask, which company is that? Then you mention the name of the company. He will mention the name of the company. So it's so and so security company. So what it does is that, one, the friend, the acquaintance of the client will then see you, the guard, as a professional. He will then see the name, the company that is being mentioned as your employer, as a what? As a very serious company. And then you also see the standard authority, the institution that have engaged the security company, as a very serious institution. So because of your actions as a security officer, what it has happened is that it has given a good impression of what is the name, the whole stakeholders when it comes to you, the guard, your company, and the institution. So customer care is one very critical thing, and it's an opportunity to sell yourself. You see, in this business, like I said in my previous video, there are times where other people always look out for professionals to engage. And it's a very, very important opportunity. As people engage with you, as people come to engage your service, you might never know. Tomorrow, the same client you are serving today might be part of a meeting and they'll be needing a professional to handle a certain job. Because you registered yourself in his mind, you will be fall upon. And that is where all the effort you've been doing, all the works you've been doing, all the good jobs you've been doing will now pay off. Like I told you, nature will always reward you. Thank you very much, and I hope we stick and stay, and I hope we'll all be able to better our customer service so that as professionals, we'll always make our value be felt in the lives of our clients. Thank you very much. Meet me in my next video.